As I think most of you guys know, Zack Snyder has released two new images, or to be precise, his interview with Vanity Fair gave us two new images of one of the versions of the Nightmare Timeline Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, of course, that Zack Snyder has talked about and even teased in one of the recent posts that he made about the promotion of the movie. And first of all, I would like to just give you my honest and raw thoughts when it comes to these two images. And starting off with the first image, which I'm gonna put on screen now, this looks so beautiful and haunting at the same time. It is just this pure Nightmare Joker. It is what I believe the Joker would be in this Nightmare timeline. And what is interesting to note here is that he doesn't have the tattoos from Suicide Squad. And there has been a lot of speculation that they were either removed or there was something else done, or just Zack didn't necessarily want them. But what I believe is, since he has this very thick white face paint on his face, I feel like that this Joker has suffered some serious injury throughout Darkseid's invasion of Earth, and therefore he has this face paint plastered onto his face basically, and therefore the weird or even just unduly makeup on his face. And when it comes to the next image, this is an image straight out of an Arkham Asylum horror movie. I feel like this looks utterly insane. Like, the long hair looks incredible. He looks like an actual psychopathic killer who has, again, living in a post-apocalyptic setting. And I feel like that this take on the Joker just really highlights how different this movie is actually going to be from what we got in 2017. And this just hypes me up so bad. And I wonder, what is the Joker is sitting on? Could it be a mother box? Who knows? But to just give you a bit of a breakdown of the article, I have a few quotes from Zack Snyder's part of the interview, Zack Snyder's quotes, which starts with that in some of his Justice League scenes, Leto's Joker also sports a bulletproof vest festooned with grimy law enforcement badges. He has tons of badges, Snyder said. Those are his trophies. And I feel like that you can clearly feel the Injustice influence on these. I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but this just feels like such an Injustice thing to do, but this is in a post-apocalyptic setting, so you kind of get those things that there has been a lot of water under the bridge, and this guy is a much different version of the Joker that we have seen in the previous iteration in Suicide Squad. And moving on with Snyder's quotes, the cool thing about the scene is that it's Joker talking directly to Batman about Batman. And who else will talk to Batman about being Batman than the Joker? Is Joker analyzing Batman about who he is and what he is. That's the thing I also felt like fans deserved from the DC Universe. I totally agree with that. This sounds amazing. That is to say, the Jared Leto Joker and the Ben Affleck Batman, they never really got together. It seemed uncool to me that we would make it all the way through this incarnation of Batman and Joker without seeing them come together. Totally agree with that. Snyder also had a history device in his head. The scene explains why Bruce had the Joker card taped to his gun that you see in Batman v Superman, the director said of his 2016 film. I would always wanted to explore the death of Robin, Snyder said. And if there ever was going to be a next movie, which of course there probably won't be, and just remember this little part, I wanted to do a thing where in flashbacks we learn how Robin died, how Joker killed him and burned down Wayne Manor, and that the whole thing happened between he and Bruce. What I think is important to note here is that Zack says that if there was ever going to be a next movie, which of course there probably won't be, and this harkens back to the article posted by the Culture Nerd a few weeks ago, where they stated these very things that Zack Snyder was referencing: the death of Robin, how the Wayne Manor was destroyed, being part of a series surrounding Ben Affleck's Batman and the events prior to Batman v Superman and after Zack Snyder's Justice League. And of course, I never actually felt like that this would have to be addressed in a movie format. As Zack Snyder puts it, that this wasn't necessarily going to be in a next movie or something. But a lot of people misinterpret this as Zack saying that there is not going to be a next movie, which, to be perfectly honest, if I was in that very position that Zack is in, if I say that I'm not going to make a new movie, because of course that would be insanely unprofessional to talk about a movie which is not even in development before you release a movie, but if I was going to want to make a new movie and to have as much creative control over that project, as of course Zack has had numerous issues with creative control over his films, especially when it comes to Warner Brothers and DC, he would say the following, that he doesn't necessarily want to do it because he has another franchise over at Netflix where he has full creative control, and Warner Brothers, if he was going to do the sequels with Warner Brothers, not HBO Max or AT&T or Warner Max, he would have much more creative control and much more power when it comes to the negotiations, as if he said that I really wanted to do it, because, you know, they would just hire him and they would start to give him notes as they did the first time that he did Justice League. But moving on, the directors plan to show how they became like this, how he hurt him in a way that no one has, really. Other than losing his parents, it was probably the most significant personal injury to his life. And it is, and I believe this is why Zack Snyder was absolutely right to choose Dick Grayson as a Robin that was killed by the Joker. Because if you imply that another Robin was killed, that being Jason Todd, that implies that Dick Grayson is also around in the universe. And if Dick Grayson is around, Batman v Superman never happens, because he would have convinced Bruce that it's a wrong thing to do, and Bruce would have never given up his code. And when it comes to talking about the tattoos in the Joker and the whole look, Zack Snyder said, I would say there has been some water under the bridge. Who knows what happens, Snyder said. I don't know if he's wearing makeup. I don't know what's happening. It's hard to say exactly. And this is the end of the article, but this is such an important line, stating that you can interpret that to mean Snyder just liked it better this way. His version of Justice League will exist on its own, making use of some material from other DC movies, but standing alone as a kind of Elseworlds tale. Now this came from Vanity Fair, and Zack has also been teasing us this word, Elseworlds. And this could mean that his SnyderVerse could still live on, but not part of the main cinematic DC universe, because of course that's not really a place for him to place his universe in. But therefore, if it's considered an Elseworlds story, like for example the Joker movie was back in 2019, he could have all the creative control that he wants over the projects, and they could make an infinite number of spin-offs ranging from the Nightmare stuff to anything you can imagine, Batman Flags Batman series, the Henry Cavill Superman series, movies, whatever, you name it. But that was all I had today for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like and let me know all of your thoughts regarding Zack going on with his Justice League movies or not, regarding how do you interpret the things that he has said. What do you think about the Joker's new look in general? What do you expect from the Nightmare timeline or the Nightmare scenes in the movie? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. And please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. And until then, remember to keep it insightful.